it's coming through. I'm gonna test my audio, testing. Let me check it from my phone as well to make sure it's coming through and that you can hear me. Let's see. Check the audio from my phone and then do the vision said check. Let's go. Let's go. I'm going IG live today too, y'all. So we have two streams going. I'm gonna go live on Instagram. So let's set that up. We're still gonna do 30 minutes. We're not doing longer than 30 minutes. I'm just trying to figure out how to work this Instagram. I'm just getting back on Instagram. I don't know if y'all saw my last post. Hey, that's my sister. I'm getting ready to give y'all some info about how my sister's gonna help us today. Let me set up this Instagram live thing. If you are not following me on Instagram, I'll drop my handle. Once I set this up, I just want to double check to make sure my connection was good. All right, good stuff. I guess let me check this angle on IG. Y'all bear with me today. I'm trying to make it work. But we have two streams going, one on IG and one on YouTube. What's up, Carrie Bay? Peace. I hope all is well. I'm on IG live and I'm on YouTube live at the same time. That's my dad. Hey, Dad. Drop comment. Say hi, everyone. Cool beans. And here is my Instagram handle. I'm going to drop a comment and say we're going live on Instagram too. So this is for all the IG followers. Y'all know I've only been back on Instagram for like a week. So y'all bear with me. I'm getting used to it. But for IG people, this is Dough for Degrees Community Scholarship Chat. I go live every single Sunday on Dough for Degrees YouTube channel at 3 o'clock p.m. to answer any questions anyone has about scholarships. And so since I'm back on Instagram, I thought it would only be fair to bring it to Instagram as well as to YouTube, as often as I do to YouTube. I've been doing this since July 21st of 2019. So it's my first time going live on both platforms. So I'm trying to manage both streams. What I will say is my sister is helping me with the YouTube stream. Shout out to my sister. She's double checking to make sure I don't miss any comments on YouTube while I'm looking at Instagram. If y'all see me moving between the two angles, it's because I'm looking at Instagram comments, making sure I say hey to people, and while also making sure that I manage YouTube well. For everyone who's in the chat on YouTube, what's up, beautiful people? I missed y'all. I know I haven't been posting as frequently as I usually do. IG people, let me know if y'all can hear me. If you can hear me, just say, give me a thumbs up or something to let me know if you can hear me. For YouTube people, I'm sorry I haven't been as active. Y'all know I've been traveling. I was in Florida on March 10th through the 18th. Then I was in Philadelphia until April 1st. And so I've been traveling, trying to manage the back end of the business amidst the coronavirus. Good job. Thank you for the thumbs up. Let's go. Just trying to manage everything, getting everything together so nothing falls to the cracks. And I've been doing a job. I always say it's a process that requires progress. For everyone on IG, they say all good over here. Let me let them know what we're talking about for people who join randomly. I said this is a live Q&A for Dough for Degrees. Y'all can drop any questions you have about scholarships, IG Live, and let me know what you have questions about. For IG people, I do this every single Sunday on YouTube. For YouTube people, y'all already know how we get down. We've been doing this frequently on the regular. All right, I think I mistyped that too. Anyway, trying to pin it. Okay, cool beans. All right, so greetings to those in the chat. Yes, hello everyone. I hope all is well. At any point in time, drop a question or comment you have about scholarships. Question or comment you have about scholarships. Don't be scared to drop a comment in the chat. I'm more than happy to answer it. We do this every single Sunday on Instagram. So what's been going on with Dough for Degrees? I was traveling. Now, you know, I announced my newest ebook on YouTube on March 10th, and it's called How to Win a Scholarship. It's an interactive PDF ebook. I'm giving away 100 copies. I haven't really marketed like that. I haven't pushed it out to people. Kalia said, for essays and written prompts, how do you present authenticity? I'm coming back to you, Kalia, once I mention this. But I haven't really pushed it out to people like that. I dropped one video and I kind of left it alone. Because while I was traveling, I had to make adjustments to my traveling schedule. because I was booked through November of this year. And so we were canceling events, getting things back in order, working on the back end, making sure logistics worked well, making sure we were still going to be able to pay our bills for the upcoming months as a company. And so I had to step away from YouTube for a couple of weeks just to make sure I managed that well. Now, that newest ebook, you can go to YouTube and check out my my video called 100 Free Copies of Our Latest Ebook to get information on how to get your copy of that ebook. Once those 100 copies are given away, I'm getting ready to start ramping up marketing on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram for that. Once I give away those 100 free copies, then the ebook will be back to regular price at $30. Now, why would you buy this ebook, How to Win a Scholarship? Well, to Kalia's question, she said, for essays and prompts, how do you present authenticity? That's a fantastic question. The best way to present authenticity for essays and prompts is to make sure your essay is rooted in honesty, transparency, and vulnerability. Everyone on YouTube, y'all know I talk about that often when I talk about writing an essay. So for instance, forgive me if I mispronounce your name, Kalia, but with authenticity, it's all about showing the real you. You wouldn't want to present a fake version of yourself to anyone, especially not someone who's willing to invest in you to help you get an education, to make sure you go to college and graduate debt free. You don't want to present a fake version of yourself. So instead of downplaying your accomplishments or taking the approach some students take where they humbly brag about themselves, they say, yeah, I have a 4.2 GPA. I've done XYZ. I have, let's see, what's another thing? It says your connection is unstable. Please wait while we try reconnecting. I'm gonna have to call my Wi-Fi people because this thing trips too often. But all is good. It's pronounced Kayla, but I go by KJ. Okay, I'm gonna call you KJ. That's perfect. Thank you. Thank you. So this is what I would say. Make sure you tell the truth. Avoid humbly bragging. I always say state the facts, but incorporate a good amount of service as well as selfless ambition. So let me break that down to you. This was a secret sauce to my essays: service and selfless ambition. You do community service. You go out and help people. You help them. Right now would be the perfect time to do community service while the coronavirus is going crazy. It's disrupting people's daily lives, and people need help. So how do you help people when you're supposed to be self-quarantined? Well, you know, people are online right now. You know, people are older folks need help getting to the grocery store. They need help getting their groceries. I've encouraged people to go help a neighbor order their groceries online. And if you're able to, go pick it up from them, because a lot of stores are allowing people to place the orders from their phone, and then you can go pick it up and take it back to your neighbor. If you are used to reading elementary school level books to elementary school kids in different schools, then go ahead and read a book on Facebook Live and to ask people to share it to students, to parents who have elementary school kids. There are a lot of ways to be selfless and serve your community right now from a virtual aspect. And then you want to incorporate selfless ambition. This is where that authenticity arm of your work or your essay comes into it, where you know you're going after something, you know you're pursuing a dream, but you're also helping other people accomplish their dreams at the same time. So it's the perfect opportunity to shed light on the fact. One thing I often use in my essays was, I will go to college and graduate debt free, but once I figure out how to graduate debt free, I promise you I'm going to teach other people how to do the same thing. That's the perfect way to weave in selfless ambition. All right, let's go to YouTube. They said, Carrie said, peace, Brother James. I got it. No copy and pasting. That's right, Do Division. No copy and pasting. You're clear on this side. Good stuff. Thank you. Awesome. I appreciate that. Instagram, any more questions, y'all feel free to drop us a live Q&A about how you can win scholarships to go to college and graduate debt-free. So I was pushing out, trying to get at least 2 videos to you before I went live, because I don't like falling behind on my YouTube videos. I usually upload 3 a week, and I go live every single Sunday at 3:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I was able to push out 1 video letting y'all know I haven't forgotten about the sprint. I haven't forgotten about it at all. I'm playing catch up. Those 23 scholarships for everyone on Instagram. I haven't told y'all yet, but I'm announcing 23 scholarship opportunities students can apply for before April ends. We were supposed to do it before March ends, but I had to get everything right on my side with coronavirus. So before the end of April, I will announce 23 new scholarship opportunities on Dope for Degrees YouTube channel. How will you find out about it on Instagram? I will do sneak previews. I'll post stuff on my stories related to that on Instagram. But if you haven't subscribed to us on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to us on YouTube to get information about that. 403RE_J said, You've been a great role model since Boys and Girls Club days. I appreciate that. Much love. Shout out to BGCDA, the Boys and Girls Club of the Danville area. My sister said, when you get a chance, Danielle, can you tell us a little bit more about the book? Most definitely, about the ebook. So you all know, if you don't know my story, here's my story. I applied for more than 30 scholarships in 5 months as a high school senior in Danville, Virginia, and I won 14 of them, totaling more than $100,000 in scholarships. At the time, I didn't know how scholarships worked. I wasn't familiar with the whole process. I just knew I needed money to go to college and graduate debt-free. I didn't want to take out a student loan. The reason why I didn't want to take out a student loan was because I wanted financial freedom. I don't believe it's fair for someone to tell me that I need to go to college to get a degree and then force me to take out student loans or encourage me to take out student loans and put myself in a system or a cycle of debt for the rest of my life. I was like, that's not going to happen for me. The way I told it, the way I spoke to myself, because I often, the conversations I have with myself, when I say them out loud, a lot of people laugh at them, but I always say, I don't want anyone counting my duckies before I get my hands on them. What I mean by duckies are my dollars. Don't count my dollars before I get my hands on them. Let me budget accordingly. And so I will say it pushed me to figure out how to get this money, because college is an investment. It's not just I'm going to college because everyone says I should go to college. No, it's an investment. You are going to college to equip yourself with information that will help you be successful in the long run. It's not something to play with. It's not something just to take lightly. And it's not something you want to blow off, because it can impact you negatively if you don't perform correctly right now. So when you invest in something, especially if you're investing in yourself, your goal is to get the best return on your investment possible. And when you look at the college aspect of it, it's by coming out in the black, by coming out with a positive net worth, or coming out with the ability to make as much money as possible and not be in debt. So that was why I applied for those scholarships. Now with this ebook, How to Win a Scholarship ebook, I'm breaking down my science to how I won more than $200,000 in scholarships in a less than 25-page ebook. And it's not even full of a lot of text. It's full of videos. Okay. Doodoo Vision said, do you know of any scholarships that focus on certain demographics, i.e. older college students? By older, I mean ancient. You are not ancient, Doodoo Vision. For y'all on IG, he said, do I know of any scholarships that focus on certain demographics, i.e. older college students? By older, I mean ancient. You're not ancient. Y'all forgive me. I need some water. I'm about to grab some in a minute. But what I will say is that there are scholarships for students who are older. There are scholarships for returning adults. By returning adults, I mean students who took a gap year after high school. Like you graduated from high school, you didn't necessarily go straight to college. You entered the workforce for a little bit, and then you decided to go back to college. So there are scholarships for that. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. You just have to look for them online. One thing I will say is you can contact me directly through my website. For everyone on YouTube, I'm going to drop the link on the YouTube, in the YouTube chat, to contact me. For those of you who are not watching on YouTube, you are on Instagram. Let me drop the link to that too. There's a contact page on my website. I'm going to drop the name. I'm going to drop the link to the contact page. There's a free 10-minute option, and then all of the other options are paid. But let's talk about it offline. What I will do when I find those 23 scholarships, I've almost found them all. What I will do is I will go back and make sure I have at least a couple in there for returning adults. And if you said ancient Doodoo Vision, but let's say you're 50 years old and you're trying to go back to school, there's funding for you. You just have to go, you have to look for it. And make sure that y'all forgive me, make sure you talk to the financial aid office. That's the biggest thing. Talk to the financial aid office and see what they have to offer. See how they can help you. A lot of times there are state grants and federal grants that are specifically put to the side for students from certain backgrounds, whether you're military, you are a healthcare worker, you're a returning adult, what have you. You just have to be willing to ask people for that information. That's the biggest thing. Are you asking people? Have you called people? And have you done your research? Scholarships that are not for high school seniors or current college students are harder to find online. Like it's harder to find on Google. It's harder to search for. It doesn't come up as frequently, but they are out there. And so the best way to answer that question would be to schedule a time to talk and then we can figure it out. Okay. For everyone on IG, once again, we're going live. It's a live Q&A where I answer any questions you have about scholarships. I do this every single Sunday on Dope for Degrees YouTube channel. It's my first time doing 2 streams at one time. And for some reason, I have a tickle in my throat, which is something I never get. But I will say this is kind of challenging doing 2 streams at one time. It's like talking to 2 people at one time. My sister asked, maybe search for non-traditional students. Yes, those are great keywords. When you're looking for scholarships online, it's all about your keywords. So non-traditional students, returning adults, non-traditional students, or returning adult students. Always search by your major. You could say scholarships for 60-year-olds, I don't know, 50-year-olds, what have you. I'm going off of what you told me, Do Division. You said anxious, so don't get mad at me. I'm just using whatever number comes to my head. Thank you. Corey said, proud of you for going live on IG. Y'all don't understand. I do not like social media like that. I'm not a huge fan of social media, but I'm trying my best to make sure people get access to the information. Shout out to Corey and Kevin for pushing me to get back on Instagram, for encouraging me. They have been in my ear for the last year to get back on IG. So I'm happy to be here. All right. Do Division said LOL. So let's jump into the next topic. What is going to be going on for Dope for Degrees recently? Y'all are getting those 23 videos. What I'm probably going to do is, because this coronavirus thing is going to go on according to the federal governments and the state governments for the next couple of months, I'll probably end up pushing out more than 23 scholarship opportunities. I'll probably end up pushing out close to 40. There are no guarantees, but that's what I'm looking at, because I know in Virginia, I reside in Virginia. Do Division said, I'm definitely non-traditional. You crack me up. You're hilarious. We're on lockdown until June 10th. Governor Ralph Northam said we are ordered to stay in our homes until June 10th. And June 10th is quite a bit away. And so the best thing to do is to teach people about these different scholarship opportunities available for you if we're going to be in the house until June 10th. And so why not push it past 23? We might even hit 100. What I will say to help me prepare for that sprint, if you come across a scholarship you want me to announce on the channel, if you come across a scholarship you want me to talk about, DM me on Instagram, comment the link to one of my YouTube videos, schedule a time to talk. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss it. I'm here. So what will these videos look like? My people on YouTube, those who follow me on YouTube frequently, you already know what it looks like when I announce a scholarship opportunity. Everyone on Instagram, you don't know. What it typically happens is I break down this scholarship in the most simplistic way possible. I explain to you what the requirements are. I explain to you how to apply for the scholarship. And then I tell you how I would have applied for the scholarship. So for instance, let's say we come across a scholarship that asks you to talk about why you want to go to college. I will break down who's eligible to apply for this scholarship, what grade do you have to be in, what GPA do you have to maintain, what have you. Then I will also break down how you could go about applying for this scholarship. Should you open the essay talking about why education is so important to you, or what you're going to study in college? And then I will explain to you how I would have applied for that scholarship based on what I know about myself and what I did in the past. So my dad said, LOL. Ashley Ortega said, I couldn't find how to type, but I did now. Cool Beans. Caribbean said, me and you both broke. Y'all are funny. Y'all crack me up. Do Division said, June 10th. How does Virginia think they kidnapped Chelsea Clinton? You crack me up. I want to apply to some new for fall semester. Is it too late? Or what are the likeliness of receiving them? That's a great question, Ashley. Ashley asked, is it too late to apply for scholarships for the fall semester? And what's the likelihood of receiving them? Well, the beautiful thing about scholarships is they don't require you to be physically present all the time to receive them. This is how scholarships work. You apply for the scholarship. They tell you whether or not you've been selected as a winner. If you win the scholarship, they usually send the check to your respective university on your behalf. So you're not even going to see that money before it hits your account. It's going to go to your college's student account, your college student account, where your bill is going to be paid on your behalf. And then if there's excess, you may get a refund check, or they may carry that excess balance to the next semester. Now, is it too late to apply for some new fall semester scholarships? No, it's not, because scholarships have different deadlines. So scholarships for the fall semester could be open right now, and it closes in July, or it closes in August, or it closes in September. It's not too late. It's just a matter of finding them and making sure that you will be notified about when that scholarship will be awarded before your payment deadline for the university. So for instance, let me break this down to you. Let's say that you find a scholarship that's due May 31st, and they're going to notify the winners by June 10th, and your payment deadline for your school is August 10th. If you're going to find out, what's up, no sellout, if you're going to find out whether or not you've received that scholarship before August 10th, you're in a good position, because now that scholarship can hit your account before the bill is due, so that you don't have to be forced to drop classes. She said, what are the likeliness of receiving them? The likelihood of receiving these scholarships amidst the coronavirus is very high, because these scholarships are usually endowed, has already been guaranteed. And so if the money has already been guaranteed, that means that you don't have to worry about it being taken away. Now, let's look at the student athlete experience. Let's look at what's going on with student athletes. A lot of student athletes are in a critical condition because they may not be able to play sports next year the way they thought they were going to be able to play it. A lot of student athletes who thought they would have a full ride to their respective universities may not have that guarantee next year because of the way the financial, the money's running right now with all the coronavirus going on. They shut down the NCAA tournament. So that's one of the highest generating activities for the NCAA that helps them fund students full ride scholarships and partial scholarships. And if that got shut down, then that impacts their budget. And so some of these schools may be able to offer less scholarships, full ride scholarships, than they did before. And so now those athletes who have exceptional athletic abilities, they're doing very well inside and outside the classroom, they may have to look for outside scholarships and take that approach I took, where you're looking in your local community, you're looking in the state, you're looking in all these areas to find out if you can find money to go to college and graduate debt free. And so, no, it's not too late to apply for them. And the likeliness of winning them are high, but it's contingent upon how well you execute that application. So I wouldn't wait until the last minute to submit it. I wouldn't wait until the last minute to get the work done. I'll be proactive and go ahead and grab your free copy of my ebook to help you win the scholarships you need. Inside of that free copy of that ebook, there's a spreadsheet with more than $2 billion in scholarship opportunities. I've looked for and found more than $2 billion in scholarship opportunities since I was a sophomore in college. All you have to do is go to my website, dofordegrees.com. I commented a few comments up, and it's on YouTube too. But go to the website, dofordegrees.com. There's a pop-up that should pop up, and you just put in your name and your email address, and boom, there you go. $2 billion scholarship spreadsheet with different opportunities you can apply for. All right, let's check the YouTube comments. My sister said, that's a great question, Ashley. No sellout said, peace. What's up? No sellout. Carrie said, peace, no sell. Cool. Tell them how many people. I don't know off the top of my head how many athletes. My dad asked how many people were affected, how many athletes specifically were affected by the coronavirus. I don't know the number. I've just been reading articles in my free time. I will do my best to research that and come back to y'all with that info. What I will say is, if you might as well just say everyone, because I don't know if the NCAA has released a statement, but those students who were in their senior year, the question is now, will the eligibility be renewed for another year? Because if you were in the midst of your senior year and you were having a bad performance, and that's all they have to choose whether or not you get to make it to the pros, I wish you the best. Like, that's a tough call. That's not easy. And so a lot of things are up in the air right now. If you know for sure, Dad, let me know. Drop a comment. Let me know. Everyone else, if y'all know, let me know too. For Instagram people, will y'all tell me if this has been helpful? This is my first time going live on Instagram. Y'all drop a comment. Let me know how I can improve. YouTube people, let me know if this has been helpful too. Let me know if you like me going live on both Instagram and YouTube, or what I need to do differently. By the way, it's 3:24. We end this every single Sunday at 3:30. So we have about 6 minutes left. Corey asked, if scholarships require community service hours, what would you recommend to do during this pandemic? There are the last two lives, right, sister? Mm-hmm. The last two lives we've been talking about community service. We've been talking about community service and how to get your hours up while you're in school. So the biggest thing, anything you think about doing physically while you're in school, do it virtually. My biggest ask of everyone right now, because this is about to hit my heart. I hope I don't drop a tear. But I understand how worried teachers are about making sure the kids know the material. I understand how worried parents are about having to make sure their kid is homeschooled, because I've heard a lot of stories since I've been off YouTube and been talking to families one-on-one, where the mother has a smartphone device and that's the only smartphone device in the household. And when she leaves to go to work, because some parents are still working right now, if she's an RN or what have you, the kid doesn't have access to the internet. So how is the kid supposed to learn in an environment where there isn't access to the information? And so if you have access to Wi-Fi, if you have access to Facebook Live, Instagram Live, YouTube Live, please go live and read to these kids. I don't care if you're finding a book called 1, 2, 3, Tie Your Shoes on Google. I don't care what you're finding. Please go live and read to these kids, because a lot, especially the elementary school kids, this is a critical time. They're learning to other people. They're learning their colors. They're learning how to speak to adults. They're learning how to have manners and etiquette. They're learning these things, and that was disrupted. And even though school, I've spoken about it on YouTube, where you look at the failure of the traditional American education system, how it only prepares you to function well in one type of system where you're an employee. The biggest downside to this coronavirus crisis is sometimes kids grow up in homes where their only outlet is school. Their only outlet is an after-school program, and their home may be chaotic. And so what do you do now for those kids? Though the education system may not be perfect, it gave everyone an even playing field. You came to school and you still had an opportunity to succeed because everyone still had a seat in the classroom. Everyone still had an opportunity to learn. But now, when everyone's playing field is not even, people's success and growth is halted. It's like you're at a standstill. And so my ask is, please go on live and read to these kids. Please go on live and help educate these parents, educate these teachers. Just help. I mean, an ebook, 1, 2, 3, Tie Your Shoes, Green Eggs and Ham, Dr. Seuss. I don't know. Y'all join me by going on live and reading to these kids. That's my biggest ask of everyone. Rack up your community service hours that way, because they still need to learn. And like I said, what do you do for that kid who only has one smartphone in the household and they don't have access to Wi-Fi like that? And there are more families out here that are going through that right now than we know. And I feel for them. And there's only so much you can do right now because you're not supposed to be around people. But just having a virtual impact really means the world. KJ said, sorry, Danielle, I have to go. I'll join later if you're still on. Yes, I'm about to dip off, KJ, but the live will be up. It was recorded on YouTube. So if y'all on IG want to play this back, go to Dope for Degrees YouTube channel. You can play it back. What you laughing at? My sister's over here too, y'all. She said, Ashley Ortega said, yep, okay, I'm glad it was helpful. Doodoo Vision said, greetings, brother. No sellout. My sister said, great answer, Danielle. We should all pitch in and teach the babies. Doodoo Vision said, I've been making my kids spin around in a circle until they get. Doodoo Vision said, I've been making my kids spin around in a circle until they get dizzy. Does that count as exercise? No, that does not count as exercise, Doodoo Vision. He's been making his kids spin around in a circle until they get dizzy. That does not count as exercise. My dad said, tell them how many scholarships it took for you to make it like you did. My sister said, hilarious, Doodoo. So most definitely. I'm going to close out the live with this last comment. My dad said, how many scholarships did it take for me to win more than $200,000 in scholarships? I applied for more than 120 scholarships. That means at a bare minimum, I wrote at least 120 scholarship essays. But most of my scholarships required at least one essay, but sometimes it was 1 or 2 essays. Sometimes it was one essay and a video. Sometimes it was an essay and an interview. So it took a lot of work. It was not easy at all. It's not something that's fly by night. Oh yeah, everyone's going to get money. No, it's a grind. And the reason why I kept asking everybody, y'all please take the time to read to these kids is because one of the 2 skills everyone will need in life is the ability to speak and write. The ability to speak and write. And if these kids only learn one new word while they're locked in the house because of coronavirus, that's one new word they can use in a scholarship essay to help them get money to go to college and graduate debt free. It's one new word they can use in conversation. It's one new word they'll know how to spell. Like, let's all pitch in. One thing I may start doing is going live on YouTube and streaming it on Instagram at the same time, and also just educating people about scholarships. So I do that on Sundays anyway. But educating people, reading something to the kids, or having a conversation, what have you. I don't know. Just anything I can do to help make sure these kids learn something. All right. We about to close it out, y'all. It's 3:30. Corey said, great way to close. Thank you. I appreciate it. Doodle Vision said, Mr. Jeffers, your daughter, La Presidente, is a godsend. Thank you for allowing her to share her gifts to the masses. I appreciate that, Doodle Vision. Much love, much respect, y'all. Blessings. Oh, what's up? You so funny. You about to make me cry. Oh, God. Bree said you're a call. Keep moving. I love you, girl. Thank y'all for all the support. I appreciate everyone who joined the live on YouTube and Instagram. Join me next Sunday at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go ahead and subscribe to Dope for Degrees YouTube channel. Follow me on IG at djeffers_. This is a mouthful. Right, guys, a lot. But I love y'all. I'll see you soon. Stay tuned. Stay locked in and clocked in. Let's get it. All right.